he's talking about.
And the Cavaliers with some changes. Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. James comes in for Jefferson. And Shumpert in there for J.R. Smith. On the court for Indiana. Freak in at point guard. Solomon Hill is out there with Hill. Then there's C.J. Myers. And it's Stuckey in at the 2 spot.
And guys, the first year for David Blatt, he was second-guessed at every turn. And that happens when you are picked to make the finals, but also when you coach LeBron James.
They set the pick. The feed to Freak. And good on the basket. Book it. Freak's got 6 points.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
The Cavaliers pull it in. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
They drew a lot of fouls in their games, guys, and that was the one area that really stood out when you watched it.
Just lacked discipline defensively, Greg. I mean, that's why they got a lot of free points at the charity stripe.
A different look now for Cleveland. Varejao comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Williams in for Irving.
And the thing about LeBron James, he's really done a nice job of reshaping his game over the years. I mean, every veteran goes through losing a little speed and quickness. The great ones compensate by getting stronger and more physically imposing, not to mention also that basketball IQ grows as well, just as has been the case for LeBron.
On the wing, James. Down low, Varejao. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. James has got 3 assists now in this one.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Talking about the strength of LeBron now, we saw Michael Jordan do this too. They paid a lot of attention to the body as they got older, and thus they became more sculpted. They looked more physical.
Exactly. Leaned up and altered their games a bit. Not nearly as high flying, but just as potent and as effective.
Thompson with the bucket.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Passes to Hill. Stolen by Varejao. Williams kicks to Shumpert. The shot is off. Nice D from Freak.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, I mean, deterred them from those plans.
Great D that time from James. The Cavaliers leading by 3. Williams passes to Thompson. To the paint. Here's Shumpert. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And last year's midseason trade had to feel good to Iman Shumpert. Toiling away in New York, injured, uninspired. Boy, did he find new life in Cleveland. Of course, playing next to LeBron can do that for you.
And both free throws good for Shumpert. And for Shumpert last year, Clark, he added the defense and athleticism on the wing that Cleveland so desperately needed.
Yeah, he sure did, Kevin. And he also became a facilitator of all things. I mean, you wouldn't expect that from him, but he averaged over 3 assists a game, easily the best mark of his career.
Good point. And the basket by Hill.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
Here's Varejao. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Williams. Here's Freak. Excellent D there from Williams.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
Yeah, and it's not showing any signs, Greg, of turning around here soon. I mean, his touch is basically gone AWOL.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Hill sets the screen for Freak. Off the pick. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Mahinmi's checked in for the Pacers. Indiana didn't have a great record on the road last season. Only went Clark 15-26 on the year, and it cost them down the stretch.
It really did, Kevin. I mean, the Pacers had a bumpy year with all of the injuries, particularly with George being out for most of the year. His absence was most noted in those tough road games, I think.
Williams kicks to Thompson. Thompson is double. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Here's Freak. 6 points for him. 1:12 left to play here in the second quarter. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
You know, the Pacers ended up in 4th place in the Central Division last year, guys, and that's not quite what they were used to after taking the division the previous 2 years and getting to the Eastern Conference Finals in the playoffs.
Looking at last year with the Pacers, with Paul George out, the Pacers knew it would be tough to win the Central again. And they still played decently, though, going 8-8 in divisional games.
And the Pacers played admirably. I mean, the division just got a lot tougher. If the Pacers bounce back, you could easily see 4 of the Central Division members making the playoffs in the near future.
LeBron kicks to Varejao. Williams with a clean look. And his 3rd shot of the night, no good, 0 for 3. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Count that one, and the Cleveland lead has been cut to just 1 point on the basket from Hill.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Hey, guys, last season was a painful one for Anderson Varejao. He had finally shaken the back injury that sidelined him the year before, signs the multi-year contract extension with the Cavs. Things were starting to look up. Then only 3 weeks later, he tears the Achilles and was ruled out for the season. You talk about a tough break.
And adding insult to injury, certainly, Greg, as you were talking about, Varejao played well at the start of last season. Shooting 56% from the field. Clark, I think he was over 70% from the line. Those were career highs.
Yeah, and a terrible blow for Varejao and the Cavs because of that injury, the Achilles tendon. But it led to the deal for Mozgov, and that's worked out quite nicely.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Hill against James. To the paint. Here's Williams. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
Now, Freak. He knocks it down right at the buzzer.
That's a shot he'll never forget. As dramatic as they come.
He's got a special knack for the big moments. The bigger the moment, the better he is.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Cavaliers lead by 1. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Kevin with LeBron.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull